It's been almost a week since Tony Stewart Racing fired Donny Schatz, and he just provided an update on his search for a long-term deal. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. After being fired a week ago on Tuesday, August 12th, Schatz initially found a lifeline with Todd Queering and the Big Game Motorsports team for the next 7 races to close out the month of August. However, that plan went awry when Schatz was involved in a wreck in the Big Game Motorsports car in Turn 1 on the first lap at Ogilvie Raceway on August 15th, Friday. We can take a look at this right here.
Baylog leading into corner number 1. Car up high and into the wall, upside down, big time. And it is Donny Schatz in the number 15.
So big damage to that car, and obviously that kind of ruined all the plans that Big Game Motorsports had with Donny Schatz. Schatz would go on to announce that he was going to be racing for Dave Lunstra and Lunstra Motorsports for the World of Outlaws race at Jackson Motorplex on Saturday, and he explained exactly how that was going to work. He says, when Todd and Cody and all the Big Game guys presented me the opportunity to run these 7 races, it was really based on the pretenses not tearing stuff up and not having any engine issues. 2 things that really don't happen around me or them. Either one, we tore up last night pretty good, so that leaves us to where we won't be in Jackson tonight with the Big Game 15 ShopHusitz.com car. It needs some frame repair. So thanks to Dave Lunstra, I will be at Jackson tonight racing. I'll be driving the Lunstra Motorsports car with the number 15 on it. It sounds like after that, we just have to take and analyze where it's at. There's no guarantee on anything. See what happens. See if the car can be fixed or not fixed. Appreciate the support. I just guess that's the way the racing world is. When it rains, it pours. He actually had a pretty decent run at Jackson. He ended up finishing in 10th, although I think he was running as high as 6th, but cited a poor final restart that had him fade to 10th. Now we got an update from Schatz in an interview that he gave with Flow Racing's Kyle McFadden, where he shared that he will continue to race with Lunstra Motorsports throughout the end of August, but he will be receiving support from Big Game Motorsports. He just will not be driving one of their cars. Schatz said Brad Alexander and Stephen Ham-Riley have done a tremendous job and obviously got shifted over to the Lunstra car when we ran Saturday night after crashing Friday night. They're still there and obviously going to help me through this whole stretch and see what happens after that. Both of them have been awesome to upend their lives to make sure I have the best opportunity I can have. As far as any long-term deals, Schatz said this, I'm working on it. I'm absolutely working on it. But it's not quite as simple as a person thinks from all aspects. I mean, all these years I've had people trying to get me to go do other things, and now I'm in that position. Am I closer? No, I'm no closer than I was. Obviously, you got to get started. I mean, it's been, 5 or 6 days since this happened. I mean, it is what it is. That's such a short period of time that you can't move mountains. Rome wasn't built in the day. I'm trying. While he's trying to put something together, he's not sure if he'll make the World of Outlaws trip to New Mexico and then up into California, which begins on September 5th at Vado Speedway Park and then concludes on September 20th at Thunderbolt Raceway with trips to Bakersfield Speedway and Paris Auto Speedway in between. Schatz said this, at this point, I want to get to the West Coast, but I'm kind of crippled just trying to get through what I'm doing here. My focus, as I said, are these first 7 races. I mean, I'm borrowing seats and trying to make everything work to do this without doing something that gets me hurt in the process. I'm going to be in good equipment, but I'm so used to being in what I'm supposed to be in, it's kind of a challenge. While he's not sure if he'll make the trip to New Mexico and California, he did indicate he's had plenty of offers, which I would say means that he's likely going to make that trip to New Mexico and California, given that he has all these offers. Whether or not that will be a long-term deal to close out the rest of the year, or will be maybe just working with some local teams, as we're seeing here with Big Game and Lunstra, we shall see. Obviously, Big Game is a national team, but clearly their shop is there in Brandon, I think South Dakota, right? So they're clearly, that's where they operate there in that region. And that's what Todd Queering said is why they even did that deal, is because it was kind of a regional deal there. Anyways, Schatz said this, I've had numerous people call. Ultimately, I was trying to put something together to finish out the rest of the year. So, obviously I'm going to have to start saying, hey, this doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work, this works. And it's crazy. If I was to put on a list of paper, all the people have reached out and made offers, you wouldn't even believe it, honestly. And it's probably better that I don't. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It makes me feel good, but yet it makes me feel like an asshole that there are so many people out trying to help and wanting to do something. And I have to tell almost a majority of them no, So that is your update from Donny Schatz and where he is at on a long-term deal. Obviously, does not look like he has put anything together. He clearly has a number of offers on the table, but is going to have to obviously begin some negotiations. At least that's what it sounds like to me, where he's saying, hey, this doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work, this works, and we'll probably be negotiating with some of these offers that he has. And it looks like he does want to do something that will be for the rest of the year and not kind of a piecemeal thing where he has this 7-race schedule that he's doing now to finish out the rest of August and then doing something in California and then doing something, where do they go after California here? I think they go up to Ohio to a Millstream Speedway where he's back in Pennsylvania and stuff, kind of running with the Pennsylvania posse stuff and then having to put something together there. I don't think he wants to do it piecemeal. It looks like he is looking to find kind of a long-term home here to close out the rest of the season, then hopefully move on into 2026 and beyond. Something similar to what we saw with Ricky Thornton Jr. last year after he was let go from SSI Motorsports. Obviously got that short-term deal for the Flow Racing Night in America with Brandon Shepard and his family-owned team, and then got the deal with Kohler Motorsports and has been with them ever since and is running really well with them. Obviously, second place in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series so far this year and looking like he is going to definitely try to defend his championship from last year. Obviously, some tough competition there with Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, etc. But that's what I'm kind of taking away from what Donny Schatz is saying here. He is looking for something long-term, not only to just finish out the end of this year, but to move on into the future. So we will see what happens, but this is the latest update from him. Let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.